think we're missing something as a collective unit. You guys are saying it's good and it is true, but then real success is measured on what you've overcame. That is, there's a lot of proverbs. A guy
they want you to know.
A guy that's saying he's an alpha, the guy that's saying he's a boss, the guy that's telling you what he has.
So if you're a boss, you can't say it?
You can't say you're because a real boss, first of all, law number 1, gangsters move in silence. This boss
like lasagna. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Lil Wayne.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. But so like it's not saying be gangster. Like I don't support violence. I think violence contributes to the lack of reasoning. When you are
I like that.
Yeah, when you automatically subscribe to violence, it's a lack of your reasoning methods are tainted or have some flaw to it. And I think as a mature guy, you should be able to reason before. I get it. Something happens, you're going to resurrect some anger. When you have this anger with it's tackled to violence, your reasoning methods are not polished. And when you can reason well, you go further. That's just a statistical fact. Yep. And so when we start considering this reality, people will be offended. You shouldn't have to say that you're the best basketball. When I walk in a gym, people know people are going to start, he's here. I'm calling my buddies. Hey, look who's in the gym. Like, look who's in the gym today. Like, I don't got to go in the gym saying, I'm about to cross everybody over and I can shoot lights out. No, it's going to be an element when I'm there. If we were doing a podcast and Kevin Samuels just walked in this room, we'd be like, look who's in here. Right? It's just he's tactful. He's masterful what he does.
There's a good saying. So I goes, when you're good at something, you tell people. When you're great at it, other people will tell you.
Yes, other people tell you.
I saw this guy with a hat on it that said boss, and the 2 S's were dollar signs, and I was thinking, I don't think a real boss would really have like a hat that says boss with
First of all, law number 1.
You wouldn't wear
Money doesn't discuss money, and successful people automatically assume they're in the presence of other success.
And it's really hard to measure success. Everyone has a different way to measure that and
that
determine your success.
Yeah.
There's like this thing that I saw that said $50,000 a month could be, or $50,000 a year could be amazing to someone, and $50,000 for someone in a month could be a bad month. Like everyone views things differently.
Yeah.
And both people, you can have someone making $50,000 a year and be just as successful as a person making $50,000 a month. Yeah. Honestly, that they may not be as successful financially, but they could be way more successful in other areas.
Let me say that the person that makes $50,000 a year, but they left everything and they're running their own business and they're running their company and making it happen and becoming something of themselves on their way. That's better than someone that is working a corporate job where they hate everything and they go to work.
But I think you got to figure out how much you're willing to sacrifice, right? Because I think there's a lot of people that are making maybe like 6 digits or like even just making really good money, but they still have time to be with their family, to be with their loved ones, to be with their kids. You know what I mean? If you're on your soul, you become so goal oriented and obsessed with your work. You tend to that's what you love. You love your job. You love your business. You know? Yes.
True. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Someone could have nobody, nothing, grew up in like an orphanage, no one taught them stuff, and become a millionaire. And then there's someone that could make maybe 10 million, but their dad and their family taught them everything, right? Mm-hmm. So the person that overcame stuff. Also, this lady wrote this article that I read where she worked on Wall Street and only had maybe like 4 hours of sleep a day, and that's all she did was work, and she was making 6 figures, but then she quit everything, moved away from New York, and joined the circus. And not like circus where it's like the clowns and elephants, but where it's like Circus du Soleil stuff and she said she's living her best life ever. I mean, I'm all about hustle, and I think entrepreneurship is great, and everything takes time with it. Make sure you're doing what you love, because life is short.
And don't neglect your loved ones either, too. Like, I agree with you. Go ahead, hustle, do your thing, but make sure if you're in a romantic relationship or you got kids that you're giving time to them too. You're disconnected. You're putting away your fucking laptop for a little bit. And you're like, I'm here with you right now for these next 3-4 hours. I've been working all day every week, but this weekend we're going up to the cabin. I know.
I've started shutting my phone off when I'm with my son because I feel bad, and I literally started like turning my phone off.
Yeah, the entrepreneurs, they just get so, and I'm guilty of it.
There's no off button. There's no fucking off button, right? You don't, it's not you come home at 5, but which I like that you can pick your schedule, but with someone that kind of has an addictive personality like I do, What
are you addicted to?
Well, I was an alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
And sex. Yeah. But when you get honest, it's hard to stop, and it can be an unhealthy thing, or it can be good in some way. I don't know. What are you thinking? I know you're looking. What are you thinking? Say it.
Ask me later.
Say it.
No, I can't do that.
What? Say it. What's that to do with?
Ask him later.
Ask me later. It's neither here nor there. Yeah, these conversations are very essential to have. It stretches our thinking, and people that's hearing these things.
What is so fucking funny?
Damn.
What is so funny?
It's good because you got 3 different perspectives of everything, and this is cosmic dualism. We have this thing of saying, since it's not what we think, it's not true. Like, so you're probably you're a bartender, you're you're a business owner, you're a brother. Those are all true. But what happens is we start rejecting because we only limit ourselves to just one thing. So these conversations posture our thinking, and we're receptive to being like, wow, these are good. That's why I was like, absolutely, I'll do this podcast, because there's somebody that might be touched by my testimony today in this podcast. There's somebody I know for a fact that's going to be touched by. There's a dude that is killing the podcast that you had a speech impediment. I mean, that's a phenomenal thing, man. Like that's something you can't name another person that has overcome that. That's doing, like, I don't know anybody that did that. Like that. That's a